Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about resignation, termination, and non-renewal under UAE Labour Law. Let's break it down clearly and simply. First, a quick intro. If you work in the UAE or plan to, understanding these concepts is crucial. They impact your rights and entitlements as an employee. So let's dive into the key differences between resignation, termination, and non-renewals. You can resign for many reasons: career growth, relocation, to leave the job voluntarily. It's your decision. UAE Labour Law requires at least 30 days' notice before resigning, unless your contract states otherwise. If you resign without a valid reason under a limited-term contract, you may have to pay compensation to your employer. Termination is when the employer ends your employment contract. Termination can happen with cause or without cause. Cause means serious violations, like dishonesty or repeated absence. With cause, there's usually no notice required, and you may not receive end-of-service benefits. Without cause, your employer must provide notice and pay all dues like gratuity and unused leave. If you have a fixed-term contract and choose not to renew it, that's called non-renewal by the employee. You must inform your employer in writing, ideally 30 days before the end date. It's not the same as resignation, and you're still entitled to end-of-service benefits. You'll receive your gratuity, unused leave, and any pending salary. If the employer chooses not to renew your fixed-term contract, that's legal too. They must notify you before the contract ends and pay all dues, including gratuity and unused leave. Written notice is required, and even if it's not a termination, your legal rights still apply. You're entitled to your gratuity, unused leave, and notice pay if agreed. Let's recap the key points. Resignation is when the employee quits voluntarily. Termination is when the employer ends the contract. And non-renewal is when either party chooses not to continue a fixed-term contract. Termination can be with or without cause, affecting notice and end-of-service benefits. Non-renewal by employee requires written notice and entitles the employee to end-of-service benefits. Non-renewal by employer requires written notice and payment of all dues, even if it's not a termination. Understanding these concepts is crucial for your rights and entitlements as an employee in the UAE. Proper notice and entitlements are protected by UAE Labour Law.